It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Chiefs and the Pats on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Pacheco gets it up the gut. Oh, what a move. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 42 now, here's second and 2. Here's Pacheco headed right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. In motion, the tight end, Kelce. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And again, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Let's go now. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Here's May. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, set.
Looking to throw, May. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Okay.
3rd down and 6.
Go. Ready.
They'll throw with May. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Right side.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Hands it off out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Here we go.
To throw, it's May. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 27 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end and those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's May. Touchdown! Jamison Williams from 21 yards away. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Mahomes now to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Throwing here is May. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kyle Pitts, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Ryland for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. In motion left goes a tight end. Now it's Mahomes again. And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Mahomes. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chiefs are back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead will shrink to 6. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. New England's offense set to go. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Go.
To the air, May. He'll find Williams on the slant. He's got room to roam. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Ryland on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In motion right, one of the tight ends. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Mahomes to throw once more. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Throw out wide is incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Butker's kick here is good. And that gets him back within 10. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. The late afternoon games hold some intrigue as well. A good one being up at MetLife Stadium, where it'll be the Jets taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And lastly, on Sunday Night Football, this will be the one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. We just watched a fine first half out of this quarterback. That's Drake May. He was on point repeatedly, ultimately finishing with 4 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters alone. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. There on the stop was Leo Chanel. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, May with it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 23 yards the pickup there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
That's complete. Left side to Worthy. Down the left sideline. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 53 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Patriots offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. From the gun, it's May. That is caught on the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Here's May. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
To throw, it's May. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw, May. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35. Mahomes now to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man right side is Rice. 7 yards there and a first down. Now here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Here now, 2nd and goal.
Yellow.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And when you throw as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Patriots now down by 4, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
19 Tiger. Take go.
They'll throw with May. That's caught by Pitts. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They'll try and throw for it with May. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. And now all eyes shift over to the Chiefs, trailing by a field goal. 35 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. And that one too wide and incomplete. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
Mahomes. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
19 line. Go.
To the air, May. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rides now on the foot of the kicker, Chad Ryland. This a long one from 54. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Here's 1st down. Mahomes to throw it. That's laid out deep for Rice. That is incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And now out come the Patriots. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back.